I'm a fighter, always have been. In the ring and in business. 30 years of battles, rising, falling, rebuilding. I've made money, I've lost money, but it wasn't until I created Zapata Systems was I able to really climb my way out. But the toughest fight, it wasn't physical. It was watching money walk out the door week after week, whether to vendors charging too much or labor not justifying the revenue. That money stress, it doesn't always stay at work. It follows you home, turns into arguments, cold dinners, and broken peace. And then there's the IRS, back taxes, deadlines, pressure you can't punch your way out of. Zapata System shows you what you're really paying. It gives you control, leverage, and savings. This isn't about surviving. It's about winning. You're in a fight. Start acting like it. Zapata Systems. Fight smarter.
What's up, guys? We are live. It's Thursday. I'm Joe Zapata with my brother, Gregg Valentino. What's up, Ramblin' Freak?
Zeppy, what do you do? Joe, look, I don't know if you can see, but I've been working on a... Right there. You see, we've been doing it. Wait.
What is that?
I can't do it. See, we've been doing the statues.
Oh, statues, huh?
Yeah, that's right. My work box. I can't even fucking... I can't do this. I'm lifting up a computer. It's the statues.
Yeah, we got a lot of things to talk about, man. We got to talk about those SNAP benefits. We got that new mayor in New York City. Start to pack your gun.
SNAP benefits. What about the people? You're not going to be able to fly. Holy shit, they're going to stop.
It's getting fucking crazy, man.
The Democrats, it's not the Republicans. They've turned it down. They keep saying, what it is there's bullshit in the bill that they want to put into the bill, and the Republicans are saying no. So the thing is, 14 times they voted, and they voted no. 14 times, and now because they just won their elections, and big deal, they won in blue. There hasn't been a Republican mayor, you know what I'm saying, since Giuliani did fucking. There hasn't been a Republican governor in like in some of these areas, like for fucking years. I forgot the numbers they were throwing, but they were blue states. It's a big deal.
Yeah,
but
pretty cool.
But the thing is, though, is that they want the American people to hurt because they figure they'll blame Trump. You got to blame the president. The president's like, fuck them. Hit the nuke button, get rid of the filibuster, and then it all ends. So we'll see what happens. But, it's not fucking Trump. It's the stupidest fucking thing. It's not Trump.
Yeah, let's say hello to some people in the chat. We got John Scuderi. He's tapped in. What's going on,
John Scuderi. What's up, John?
We got our boy Dan. What's up, Dan?
Dan, what are you doing?
We got Mike M 1388. What's up, Momos? What's going on, man?
Hey, Mike.
Ron Simmons. Damn.
Damn.
We got Skip. Yo, Momos in the house. What's going on, man? We got Bill Hall. Hey, you genies. How do you from Texas? Yeehaw. Get them, boys.
There you go.
There you go. Dan, what's going on? And Holly Holmes. I saw her on vacation over there seeing Raleigh Winkler. They're pretty good.
That's right, Raleigh
Winkler. Yep. And John said, love those statues, man.
Oh, thanks, bro. You got to see. I can't. It's a computer. I can't lift it up. But we've been doing a whole bunch of them over here now. I'm going to build a gargoyle. I'm going to build one in giant Easter heads and I'm going to sell some, but I'm saying I'm going to put it out in my front yard. But I'm going to build it first. I got to videotape that shit. I'm stupid because I just did this giant head, of an Asian head with the thing, with the hat and everything, like this. Mm-hmm. Oh, well, let me drop this like this one. But just the head, but it's like the head, like that, with that hat on.
Yeah,
like that. That's what it's huge. Palumbo is supposed to come here Saturday.
Is he really?
Yeah, he's gonna. He's coming to town. He wants me to go to dinner with him and stuff. But he was here a couple weeks ago, and he was like, "Holy shit!"
Yeah,
He was like,
you should do a statue of yourself, like posing on the lawn, spitting out water.
That's an water. Like, I just put my head. That's like an Easter, one of the Easter head fucking things.
Yeah. So, Greg, what do you think of this new mayor? What do you think about this?
I think it's a disgrace, okay? Because he didn't say, I am a he didn't, if you watch the speech, like, for instance, like Abigail Spanberger, the girl who won in, the woman who won in Virginia, she said, the standard says same thing Joe Biden said, I am going to be, the governor for all the people. Even if you didn't vote for me, I still want to be your governor. Like, that's what she says, right? But now, Mandami said yesterday, remember, I am a socialist. He doesn't consider himself really a Democrat. He's a socialist, his own entity. And he said, I am a Muslim. And Linda Sorson, who came out today, who's like the head of the fucking woman's, brother of womanhood of the Muslims, said, she warned him, you better stick to what we talked about, like the plan, like you better not fuck up. And, he's indebted to them. And there's problems with that. You people don't understand. If this works, which it's not going to, trust me, but if this works, the next step is he wants to run for president because they want him to turn America into a Muslim nation. They want that. They said it. They've been talking about that for years. And this is the biggest experiment. He now is going to control the biggest city in the United States. I feel bad for some kids, for some of these young guys and girls who just took the police test and are on the list and supposed to go into the next class in January because it's not happening. He already said, we will not hire one cop. We will not hire one more cop. There's already a dissension where the head of the police union and him are already starting to butt heads. He hasn't even taken office yet. You have no idea how bad this shit is. This is really bad.
Yeah, I see the sign saying 9/11, never forget, but apparently we forgot. We forgot.
Yeah, right. That's what it said. 9/11, never forget. I posted that shit all over the fucking Twitter and everything. Never forget, but we forgot. Now you hire. Look, I don't care what God you believe in. I have plenty of Muslim friends. I have Muslim. They used to live in this house with me. That I love them and shit like that. But they're not all like that. It's the radicals. You know what I mean? It's just like you ever talk to a Jehovah's Witness? If you celebrate your birthday, that's pagan. If you celebrate Christmas, that's wrong. That's a radical. You understand? It's just like if you talk to an average Jew, they'll tell you like Hasidic Jews, they're fucking crazy. It's like what I'm saying to you is it's the radical. He's a radical. And he let you know that. He wasn't so nice when he said that speech. He was talking like this before. He was like, I want to be the mayor. Now he's like, he's got his finger like this. And he's already, first thing he did is attack Trump. You know what I mean? You're attacking the president. Can you imagine in another country, you fucking attack? I mean, forget about England and Germany and places like that. They're already fucked. But can you imagine a real country, a badass, a tough ass country like Russia or something with a fucking, like a governor of one of the states in Russia fucking starts fucking putting down fucking Putin?
Yeah, exactly. He'd be boom.
But you know how weak that lets us, do you know how weak we look? Do you have any understanding? In the old days, Ronald Reagan, he would, he shook hands with his rival. You know what I'm saying? But today, we don't work as a team. This fuck, the left wants to write dead. I mean, it's unbelievable. It's crazy. Congresswoman, they just had a woman running for Congress. Trump needs to die. He needs to be. I hope he fucking dies. I hope his family dies. I mean, it's like, holy shit.
Yeah. Once you let the fox in the hen house,
it's gone. And it's dude, in New York, it's the fucking millionaires are like, and Wall Street's here. Yeah. And you guys, the fucking craziest thing you fuckers don't understand. I know you guys in a column, you guys are all with us. But the thing that these fucking fools on TikTok don't understand is you hired a millionaire. Do you understand? He had a $250,000 a year trust fund from his mommy and daddy because they're rich. They're filthy rich. It's just like that fool, the oligarchy. It's all about the oligarchy. That fucking asshole, Bernie Sanders, who owns four fucking mansions. And when they were asking him about it, it was Pierce Morgan who actually asked him. He said, you keep talking about millionaires have to pay their fair share, but you're a millionaire. And he's like, that's, how did you get those? He's like, that's not irrelevant here. We're talking about the millionaires that, he totally fucking shoves it off. Him and AOC talking about, we got to fucking, we got to worry about like climate control and all this other horse shit. Meanwhile, they're flying on jets that are guzzling fucking, fuel. You know what I mean? AOC one time talked about trying to ban beef because cows fart. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
If that was the case, we'd have to ban my mother-in-law because not only is she a cow, but she farts. You know what I'm saying? like a nuclear fucking war. But the thing is, you know, and then they caught AOC eating a hamburger in a fucking restaurant. Somebody took a picture of him. She freaked out. She said, "That's my privacy. You're invading my privacy." Oh, it's okay that you can have a hamburger, but I can't have a hamburger, right? That's bad for me. You could fly on a plane, but you know, what are we going to do? Have like solar powered planes or maybe an electric powered plane? Fuck that. You know what I mean? It's just you fucking fools. People think, oh no, he's going to make it like free bus fare and free train fare and free with the money. Somebody's going to have to pay for all that shit. Free groceries. You really believe a state-run grocery store? They had one somewhere. I forgot where it was. Where's it? You know, and it failed. They have nothing on the shelves. You know. Excuse me, I'd like to know if you have the lactate milk because, you know, I have lactate. No, you get the milk we give to you. You want milk? Here it is. Here's your fucking milk. And you don't get choice. Like, do you have one that's maybe like 2% instead of 1? You know, fuck that. You don't get that. You get what they want you to have. You don't understand that. When you're on the tit, you're on the tit. It's just like when they tell minorities, like DEI. You know what DEI is? It's a spit in the face to all black people and people of color. You know why? Because they're telling you, look, we have to make things dumber so that you could pass. Because you can't pass on your own. You're too stupid. You understand? So we have to lower the grades. We'll hire you because, you know, we need to. You know, you're too stupid to get the job on your own. You can't. You're not. Yeah, and that's wrong. You people are following. You're following, like, you know, Satan over the. You know, it's the funny thing. Obama. You know, oh poor. You know. People of color today, you know, and all his bullshit, but yet he lives in a white neighborhood, a gated white neighborhood. You fools, you fucking fools. You just voted in the biggest millionaire. It's a little rich boy telling you the rich need to pay their fair share. I'm going to tax the rich. I'm going to tax the big business. Well, first, why don't you tax yourself first? Tax your fucking family. Let me see how much your family pays in taxes because they're filthy rich. Yep. Oh, it's unbelievable.
Anthony D, what's going on? William Allen said businesses will be exiting in New York. Thea says we got Bush. Mike M says he's a joke. We wouldn't swear on an oath to the Constitution. He wouldn't swear on an oath to the Constitution.
Wait till he gets in. Just wait.
Anthony D said all law enforcement and corrections departments are very, very short-handed. Yeah, that's true.
NYPD now. Joe Pietaro was an NYPD sergeant, detective sergeant, Joe Pietaro, and he tells me I would never let my son get on that job. But if I was young today, I wouldn't want that job because with the job I had and the job that's it today is two different jobs.
Two different jobs. Exactly.
They can spit right in your face, and you have to sit there and go, you know, that you can't do a fucking thing. If you go after somebody for it, you're going to be in trouble.
You know, and it's funny, like, you know, what first thing I do and get pulled over, I say license registration. I go, here you go. You know, these people today got their phones out. What I do? I
don't understand it. Half the time, excuse me, your back lights out or something like that, or I just want to check your. And you're like, no, I don't have to show you my ID, dude. You fucking fool! You just made it 10 times worse.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? And it's always the cop's fault. It's never. Listen, I'm just tired of this shit. You people don't realize what the fuck's coming. This is a test. New York, they got the biggest. They got the crown jewel. They're fucking in the Middle East. They're like. You know, screaming and jumping up and down because they got the crown jewel. And Linda Sorsa said today to Mandami, you better put the fucking screws to the wood because this is a big test. I'm just telling you. You have no idea.
William Allen said, question of the week, will I have my UPS package delivered on time? No. Do you see that plane? UPS package that plane
I don't know. It's bad, bro. It you know, they're doing this purposely because they can't beat Trump. Trump is just winning at it like a fucking like this. But they figure we gotta stop. Dude, the guy's fucking, there's boats with crates. You can see them. You can see the fucking crates with fucking fentanyl and shit in there, right? And they're out in the middle of the ocean. We blow the boat up and there's people like, you blew the boat up. It's not fair. There's a human beings on that boat. Well, they're fucking drug dealers. So when your fucking kid, God forbid, gets sick from one of those drugs that they're bringing over fentanyl. That's killing people, you fucking fools. Yep. People are stupid. They listen to these people. You know, of course it sounds, everybody says the same thing. What guy says, you know, I'm going to raise your taxes. I'm going to make you pay more. I'm going to do. They all say we're going to cut the taxes. We're going to do this. I'm going to make it, healthcare more affordable. I'm going to do. They all say the same shit. But this fucking guy, this is a different animal. And if you watched his speech yesterday, he was talking with his teeth grit, and he said at the end, "Never forget, I am a socialist and I am a Muslim." And he's sending you a fucking message.
Yeah. Bill Hall said, "What made Sound Factory so special, and why did it change ownership?"
I think that, it's just like everything. Like, why were the Yankees so good for, everything has its run. You know what I'm saying? I think that, I think eventually it hit its peak and sell while the iron's hot. That's the best. I don't really know. What it made it special was they had Junior Vasquez would spin. They'd have all big famous DJs
Jonathan
there.
Peters.
And they stayed open all night. Jonathan Peters. They had a lot of fucking famous people spin there. And
a lot of famous people went there.
It stayed open all fucking night, all day, into the next day and shit.
10 p.m. I think it opened at 10 or 9 p.m. till then it would close at 10 a.m.
It would open on like a Friday, or it's Saturday. We would be there. We'd get there. We'd go at a diner and shit and go eat, and then go there at 8 in the morning. And it'd be there fucking like 2 in the afternoon. It's like sensory deprivation. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But
they'd be selling ice cream pops in the place.
Oh, they had all kinds of shit.
Everyone would be so dehydrated from all the, the ecstasy and all the other drugs they were doing. It was crazy.
It's a Sound Factory was a legend, but everything runs its course. I mean, today, look, after COVID, they see, this is what they're trying to do now. They're figured the Democrats. Listen to what I'm telling you. The Democrats are sitting back saying, "Okay, we stopped Trump dead in his tracks with the COVID. We caught him at the end of his. What could we do now? What could we do now? So now, if we shut down the government and we don't agree to their terms and we say no, we're voting no, because they have to have 60 votes. Okay, they're at like 55 or something like that. All the Republicans are on board. But here's the thing. We can cause dissension. We'll stop the airplanes from going. We'll stop people from getting their snaps. Then it's going to cause chaos. Just the same thing that happened. Okay, stores are going to start shutting down. You're going to have problems with with the food coming in and all that kind of shit. And that's what they want, because that's the devil. I'm sorry, but the Democrats, they're not the same Democrats that was Bill Clinton. You understand? It's a different animal. They changed. They're like the devil. They're sitting there going, "We're going to make everybody fucking feel paid," because they're getting paid. And it doesn't matter. They're millionaires anyway. So, they would miss a couple paychecks, not going to kill them. They'll get it when it opens up. They'll get that money. But the thing is, they're causing now dissension. They're starting to make everybody start going like this. No more air travel. No more this. Medicines. Starting to be shortage of medicines. Shortage of this. Shortage of that. They'll create COVID all over again. Look what happened with COVID. Bro, there's not a fucking... We used to go shopping at like fucking Walmart at 2 in the morning to get food and shit. None of those places. Chinatown. All those places I used to go. Little Italy, all that shit. It was open 25. It's not open 24 hours anymore. Nothing. It's like the great reboot. And it's all because of these fucking leftist nut jobs. The liberal nuts. I'm telling you. It's all because of that.
Guy Watts says, "Greg, would you say your training takes a lot of inspiration from Vince Gironda theories?"
No.
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 Okay. No. Okay.
Who asked me that?
Guy Watts.
No. Vince Gironda, my training comes from basically, obviously I watched Arnold and shit. I was in the gym, 1980, 81, 82, like he's right there. There's Arnold. Look, right there. Right? World's Gym, not Gold's. It wasn't at Gold's. And you'd see him working out, but I always wanted to do that kind of training. And like that, I always liked the volume. But the thing is that I learned by feedback, what's right for me. I do Mike Mentzer's type shit, heavy duty for the legs. But for other body parts, I don't. I do more, high volume. Yeah. So it depends. Everybody's different. You got to listen to yourself. Vince Gironda was nuts. If he caught you squatting, there was no squatting in his gym. He'd throw you out. And he was eccentric. I mean, he had great theories and shit, but he was eccentric,
Yep. Was it John Mancini says, "Hey everyone, hope all is well. Sorry I'm late."
Hey John, what's going on, brother? I haven't seen you.
Mike M said they elected the guy. I hope the South. I don't know.
What do you mean by that? What is
narrative says whole world is cooked. Australia right now is going through a cost of living crisis, immigration crisis.
Because you know why? Because the whole world, things started to change once Trump became in. Now all of a sudden Germany just came out and said no more. We're not letting these Middle East people in no more. That's it. Cut it down because there's chaos in the streets. Look what's going on in England, France, places like that. Even some of the liberals, a few of them took some of them in their house and they got killed. You know what I mean? It's just you're fools. Come on, man.
Yep.
And they followed the whole Democrat ever since. Obama got in, changed a lot of the world, followed that. You know what I mean? His little shit. He's the one who started all this shit with Joe. All of a sudden now, transgenders are being like a deity. They're being held up. Oh, she's trans. She's trans. When I talk about trans, I'm talking about the ones that I know that are fucking. You wouldn't know. They're fucking. You would not know.
Mm-hmm.
Not these fucking things like I'm a woman. That's a fucking mess. But what they've done is, when Obama started that shit, if a man feels like he's a woman, he could use the woman's bathroom and all that shit. Once he started that shit, all of a sudden, now the whole world is doing this shit. It's monkey see, monkey do. America is the beacon for all. That's why the Muslim Brotherhood right now is like this. Ooh, if we get America, forget it, it's done.
Mm-hmm.
Trump gave everybody hope. As soon as Trump got in, they were in Japan. They were fucking like this. You know what I'm saying? All over the world, there was because it's showing that like back to fucking the way it should be conservative. Like where you have values and shit like that. But they want to take your religion and they want to put the kibosh to it. They want you to to pray to their god. It's not right.
No. Dan said Chuck Schumer is a snake.
Oh, Chuck Schumer's been the biggest thing. Do you know what the funniest fucking thing is? When you see these people, I mean, there's videos of Chuck Schumer. I don't know why they don't set him up on an interview and say, wait, come here. I want you to watch this. Watch this video where Chuck Schumer's saying in 2007, you can't just open up borders and let anybody in this country. There has to be, they have to be vetted. You also, I mean, you can't just call them, they're illegal immigrants. They're not migrants. Don't let them fool you with that word. Sometimes they use words to try to trick you and say migrants, that they're not migrants. And now he's like, they're not illegal. There's no such thing as illegal immigrants. They're and you're like, whoa, wait a minute. Watch this. Same thing with Obama said the same shit. Well, I mean, what are we? You got to come in the front door. What are we? We're a nation of laws. We're a nation. You can't just come in this country. Same thing with Hillary Clinton, right? Hillary Clinton saying they can't come in here, give them medical benefits, do this, do that. And now they're all saying the opposite. But nobody ever fucking posts that video. Say, like, the video's out there. You can watch these coming out of their mouth.
Yep.
It's just mind-boggling. I mean, you're sitting there going, it's because they have an agenda in all of this. You know what I'm saying? If Trump said breathing air is good, they tell everybody hold their breath. You got to hold your breath. Stop breathing air. You know what I mean? That's what they would do.
Anthony DC, I drove from PA to the Sound Factory. They sold frozen electrolyte popsicles. And if you need to beat it with Victor Martinez because he had super tranny radar. Victor. Yeah, Victor's going to come on soon. He's still kind of feeling well. We had Sean Ray on last week, which was really good.
Yes.
Sean was really cool.
Victor's my boy, though. No, very long time, my God.
William Allen said, today's Democrats are mentally unstable, to say the least.
It's not the same party. It's been hijacked. Do you understand that? It's been hijacked. It's a parasite now, and it's the parasite in the Democratic Party. Nobody has the ball. Now, all of a sudden, John Fetterman's like the voice of reason. We're like, what? You know what I mean? The same guy that wants to wear a hoodie and fucking, but he's the voice of reason. He voted. He's the one Democrat who voted with the Republicans to open up the fucking, like, it's not the Republicans, it's the Democrats. They vote no 14 times already. Because they want no, we're not going to vote yes until you put what we want in there. And what they want stupid things like circumcisions in Zimbabwe and fucking, transgender studies in fucking, the island of Botswana. And you're like, what? And they want millions of dollars. Look they're bitching about Trump, right? Putting in a ballroom. First of all, he's the only president that, renowned. He doesn't take any money. He gave the money back. So he gets paid zero for being a president. Okay. He's the only one. Second of all, he's using his own money to build a ballroom. The same place, the same spot, Obama had a party and had a tent. Okay. But it's okay that Obama built a fucking basketball court. And it cost $400 million for a basketball court.
400?
What kind of concrete did they lay? I mean, was it gold? What the fuck? You know what I'm saying?
400 million?
Yeah, something like that.
400. That's a lot of fucking money.
Yeah,
basketball court. You can make it,
I believe it's
not
400
less.
million. I don't think it's
I got
400,000.
to check it out.
It was some insane number. Like, because Trump even says, like, where the fuck, what happened with that? Like, where did all that money go? You
Yeah.
know what I mean?
Yep.
These people, they don't realize that, if Obama did it, they'd be like, oh, he's building a ballroom. I can't wait to see it,
You're right. The dude 1983 said, Greg, how long would you say your workout lasted when you were in your prime?
Oh, I did like probably an hour and a half per body part. So if I did biceps and triceps in one day, that's 3 hours.
You would be at the gym 3 hours?
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Yep. Jesus. A little bit
It's
overtraining,
great.
no?
No such thing. I don't believe in overtraining. I only believe in under recuperation.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yeah,
Okay.
I mean, I couldn't do that today. I do on Saturdays when I train. I do the high volume, so it does take me quite a while. But
Yep.
but that
Skip
doesn't
said,
mean it's right for you guys. It's I like lots of sets, lots of work. That doesn't mean it's right for you. On certain body parts, on other body parts, I do heavy duty. No.
Skip said that the Gironda deadlift is a game changer. It actually works to widen the shoulders. Experience proven, not hearsay.
Maybe, you know what I mean. I don't know, Skip. I just know that I'm not saying I've met Vince Gironda. I don't know him though. I didn't know him. I've only met him. Bob Bonham used to train at his gym when he was young, and I just know that he's wacky. You know what I'm saying? Like if you join his gym and you pay him and you feel like you want to do squats and and barbell curls instead of dumbbell curls, he shouldn't fucking throw you out. You know what I'm saying? Like that you have to do only his routine. I mean,
Real nuts, huh?
whatever.
Okay. You got to be a freak. Says Greg is on someone's podcast every day. LOL. I'm ashamed of New York for voting for Zorhan Madami. Yep.
You got to be a freak. That's my boy.
Yeah.
That a boy.
That's right. You do Joe Pietaro on Wednesdays, and then you do the other Joe on Thursdays. And you get us confused every single
And then
day.
I do on Mondays. I do the not Mondays, Tuesdays. I
you
do
do
the
RX Muscle.
Dave, yeah, Palumbo.
Yeah, RX Muscle. So you go from Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Yeah, pretty good.
Yeah.
Richard Roman said, Greg, show us your butthole.
Sure. You show me yours first. Come on here and show me yours, and I'll show you mine.
Nato Narrative says, we literally have 50 people lined up to view a property for rent, and they keep getting more people in. Makes no sense.
Where's that?
Yeah. When you go you can rent for a house. Just to buy a house. They have 40 people there.
Did you see Houston is telling the fucking NYPD cops, if you're NYPD, come down here, we'll take you right away, put you right out. You know what I mean? Because NYPD is an elite force, and they know. And do you know how many guys are on that job? Or because as of January, I forgot how many people they said can leave that job. It's like an insane number of people.
Yeah, that's crazy, man. But New York City deals with everything. Like to them, stopping for something stupid that happens around these towns. New York, it's all shootings every night coming in and stuff like that. It's crazy, man. New York City cops, it's
crazy. But the thing is, they tie the cops' hands. You can't do anything. You know what I'm saying? These people, these people don't give two shits. The ones that are fighting ICE, they're paid protesters, and you're over there throwing bricks and hitting guys in the head with bricks and shit like that. And now they're telling the ICE you can't fight back, you can't do it. Get out of here. You know why? Because they want you to quit that job. They're already threatening. When if the Democrats become, start running the government again, when Trump comes out and the Democrats run it, we're going to try to arrest all the ICE agents, whoever was ICE agent. So they want ICE agents to go, man, you know what? Fuck this shit. I'm getting off this job. That's what they want.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
They're trying to cause dissension. It's COVID all over again, but it's not COVID. They came up with a new idea. Close the government down, make everybody suffer like they did with COVID.
Yep. And then the SNAP benefits, all that stuff. That's kind of crazy too.
Benefits, it's everything though. It's every one thing leads to another. When you shut down, air traffic, and you shut down fucking different little things, eventually post office, all this other shit, everything shuts down, and then fucking prices of food are gonna go and everything else.
I'm surprised Trump hasn't been his life hasn't been another.
He can't. Everything he does, they take him to court, and some liberal judge. They don't want him fucking killing the drug dealers. They don't want him fucking. They don't like him arresting fucking people who are murderers and shit. These murderers that get off. half these people, when somebody comes from another country, they're not coming here because, they got it great in that country. They're coming here because they want to get the fuck out of there. Either they're really filthy poor or they're no good. You know what I mean? They're wanted by the law. They were emptying fucking jails and shit out, right?
Mm-hmm.
A lot of those guys have warrants in their country. That's why they don't want to go back. But nobody comes to this country. Even my family, when they came, I don't know details, but I'm sure they weren't fucking rich over in Italy. Otherwise, why would you leave, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
If you're over there in Mexico and you own fucking big ranches and you got fucking cows and you got businesses going, you're not going to be like, you know what? I want to go to America. No, you're not. You're going to be like, fuck, dude, I got it good here. It's the fucking, the schells, the as they say in the Titanic, the steerage. That's who wants to come here. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
But you got to vet those people. You can't just let anybody in here.
Yeah, got it. Dan says, what? No Charlie Arms tonight, LOL.
I'm sure he'll pop in. He's one of you guys. He's under another name here first.
Yeah, Greg, did you see, and you mentioned it too, about in Gold's Gym, that incident that happened at Gold's Gym with the girl?
Yep.
Guy walks into the, the ladies' room, you know about it. You posted it, talk about that if you want.
Well, I mean, the guy walks into the ladies' locker room. The woman was showering. She came out the shower and she's standing there stark naked. She sees a man standing there. You know what I mean? And his fucking gagoots are hanging and everything. And she's like, hey, what are you doing? Hey, And he's like, I can be here. I'm a woman. And she said, get out. And he said, no, I don't have to get out. And Gold's Gym really didn't do much about it. They started like,
didn't they take her a membership away or something?
I think they did take her membership away because they said that she was like, basically like,
or whatever.
Yeah, not just that, but you're shaming, transgender. Dude, where is all this shit coming from? I mean, now with their deities now put them up here, like trans. That's a trans. It's not even a woman. You ever see these guys? That's not a fucking transgender, bro. It's not even close. All those fucking Trantifa things and all that, they're not fucking. What are you, out of your fucking mind? Yeah. No way.
I saw some guy, he went to a court with his daughter or something and said in school, I don't know if you saw this, where he said, if you guys let your little daughter go to the bathroom with a boy in the same, bathroom, how would you feel? Because he said he would, go nuts.
You know what the problem is, Joe? The liberals, a lot of liberals think, well, I wouldn't want to shame, he's a woman, she's a woman, like give, it's okay. I trust, you have no idea. Look, in Germany, they show every once in a while, in France, in Germany, they show some family that let like one of them savages in their house to, help him out. He's on the street. He just came over here from the Middle East and he fucking wipes them all out. You know what I'm saying? You know why? Just like the scorpion and the frog, where the scorpion fucking stings the frog halfway across the fucking pond. Frog gives him a ride on his back and fucking things in his fucking frog said, why'd you do that? And we're both going to die. He said, I'm a scorpion. That's what I do. It's my nature. I can't help it. What's the nature? You let a fucking demon in, you understand, in your fucking house. You understand what it's just like these people that have lions as pets, and one day, the lion's looking at him a little funny and they're like, what's the matter with you? Timber, yeah. They're fucking eating. Well, who has a lion as a pet?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? What do you expect? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, exactly.
Fucking people are stupid.
Yep. Nano narratives. Do you guys think women are better looking these days or back in the day? I feel like the average girl looks a lot better now. I'm 29 in Australia. What about your?
I like the girls in the 80s the best because they had big hair, and the girls with thinner. I like skinny girls. All right, but the girls with thinner, everybody tastes fat. They're Doritos and all this other fucking shit. But the thing is that I like the big hair. Girls are more feminine. Today they're back to like in the 70s when you started their hair parted straight down and like the grunge look. With the big jeans and the, like, oh man, like let's smoke.
Like them hairy? You like them hairy?
Down in hairy. You mean in a box?
Yeah.
No, I like the big hair.
I thought you meant the box. You like the box hair?
Yeah, of course I do. I'm a 70s guy, bro. We like that fucking the devil's triangle right there. Like that. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Okay. Dude, listen to me. That shit looks like two chicken cutlets put together, right? So God put hair in it, make it nice, sexy and shit, Nice rug. You ever open up an old Playboy from the 70s? The girl's sitting there and she's all like, and they always had this nice, like groomed rug down there. It looked like a little triangle. It looked so sexy. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yep, exactly. But what about your mother-in-law? Got it on her back, the hair.
Well, that's a different story. She got a hairy ass, you know what I mean? Well, she's a nice guy. She's got a goatee too.
Yeah, well.
Actually, Lucia she's supposed to be going to Mexico, I think tomorrow, but I don't think that's happening.
Really?
Yeah, it was
Who's
fucking
going? Your mother-in-law or Lucia?
Yeah. No,
Lucia?
no, not my girlfriend. Her mother is supposed to go to Mexico tomorrow, but I don't think she's going to be able to go with this flight bullshit because I think she goes out of Newark.
Oh,
And I think that's a savage airport, bro. Even when there's no trouble, that's a savage airport. That Detroit and I think like Atlanta, that's where you see them black chicks fighting and they rip off each other's wigs and they're fighting like this and shit. You know what I mean, right?
Yeah.
That's where Newark.
LaGuardia has also been under construction forever.
LaGuardia, well, I was a kid in that shit, but they were still building the roads over there. And I'm 65 years old, so you can figure that now.
Yeah.
Talk about milking a project. Van Parkway, the Van Wyck, the Belt Parkway, all that. That shit's been fucking being built since I was a kid. I mean, how long does it take you to fucking add an extra lane? You know what I mean? They built the city of Dubai in fucking 5 years on a pile of garbage, and you can't fucking build a highway. And it's just been, I'm 65, so since I was like fucking driving 16, 17 years old, I used to, was driving that. So at least 50 years, you haven't been able to fucking fix a goddamn extra lane on a highway. But the city of Dubai, like same thing with the World Trade Center. Aren't they still fucking around over there? I mean, it's 25 years. What's going on? You know what I mean? Come on.
Yep, exactly. John Mancini said, "How's everyone's Halloween? How was your Halloween? Did you scare a lot of people?"
Same as it ever was. No, we don't get the people we used to get because I think I was just talking about that.
I was just talking about back in our day. We used to get a lot of kids going outside. The day before cabbage night, throwing the the toilet paper and shaving cream, the eggs. Now no one does that anymore.
Nope. You know why? Because you can't trust people today. People suck. They're savages. We didn't have cell phones either. My mother didn't walk to every house with us. My mother used to open up the door at like 8, 9 in the morning. Tell you, get out, come back at lunch, and then get the fuck back out. Don't come back till dinner. You know what I mean? So, she had no idea where the fuck we were. Then there was no cell phones, beepers, fucking any of that shit. We just got on our bikes and we went somewhere. You know what I mean? I would go with my friends. We'd go fucking far away, go fishing in a fucking down the road, but the thing is, it's different today, you know what I mean? And you don't know who today's got a fentanyl, like I'm going to fuck up these kids, let me put fentanyl. When we were younger, it was like, don't get apples. They put razor blades in, or pins and shit, Today, it's like, who knows? It's fentanyl. Now every mother's going to take the fucking candy, look at it like this. So let's see. Was this opened or, okay, you can eat this one. You know what I mean? Because they're psycho.
And today's kids are very weak because, like, when I was a kid, we used to start at 3 o'clock right after school, hit the houses, start going to them, come back, dump the candy, go again.
Oh,
now,
yeah.
My, some nieces and nephews went like 10 houses and they're like, I'm tired. I want to go home. I don't want to. It's like, what the fuck? These kids don't have it anymore.
Kids today don't play. They just sit there, pew, 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 pew,
That's exactly right, man.
Or sit there and be like, oh my God, like I'm sitting here with Emily. Emily, say hello. You know what I mean? Like they're doing that shit all day, all night. Everybody wants, I'm going to be a content creator. I'm trying to build up my TikTok, where I sit there and I go like, I'm watching girls. They say, there'll be like a video or something will pop up on Twitter. It's like a girl, right? And she's just going like this, like that on Twitter. And, I'm looking at, she's got like fucking 1.5 million views. And I'm like, well, what's talented about, like, what kind of, you guys that fucking follow these chicks. My friend is like that. I like, my friend's like, yeah, dude. I follow like 500,000 girls on it's this true story, on Instagram, right? And I go, you know them? And he goes, no, bro. They're just, anytime I see a hot girl, I'm like, fuck that, fuck Bink, like this, because he hates his wife, right? He's my age, he's 65. He hates his fucking wife. She was cute when she was young. Now she's fat and ugly. And, his kids are older and he's a fucking horn toad. He like goes to gets the fucking Asian massages all the time. So anytime there's a hot chick, it's like fucking instant like. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, wow. You know what I mean? Like, dude, you gotta, I don't know, like, it's men that do that shit. Dude, if you're even a chick with a just even remote looks, you don't even have to be good. You could be fat. My daughter has a friend. Okay. She's I think I might have told you, she's a big fat black chick, right? This is one of my daughter's best friends from high school. You know what she does? I think she's on TikTok. I gotta ask my daughter. I know her. I'm not gonna say her name, obviously, everything. She's fucking, first of all, she's ugly as hell. She looks like worse than Lizzo. Lizzo's a beauty queen compared to her, and she's fat. Okay. And she fucking, you know what she does? Mukbang. You know what mukbang is? That's where they eat they eat all that shit. And I'm like, wait a minute. And my daughter's like, Dad, look at this shit. And she's got like 1 million followers. And I'm like, please tell me that she's not making money from that shit. And she goes, she is. And I'm like, no. Here's a fat, ugly black chick that looks worse than Lizzo. Okay? She's ugly. She looks like Wheezy from fucking,
George.
Anyway, she's over there and she's sitting there and she's like, isn't it Wheezy JJ's mother?
Yeah,
JJ. She
the
looks
Jeffersons.
fat, short hair, like, and she fucking eats this mukbang, that big pile of fucking, what is that shit? The
spaghetti sauce, chicken.
Yeah, those
chicken.
noodles. What the fuck? This and ramen
Noodles.
Ramen noodles and shit. They're licking their fingers, eating the fucking big chicken bones and everything. And I'm like, oh God. And I can't believe that she's making money. She bought a new truck. She drives an SUV. And I'm sitting there going, what the fuck am I doing? Listen, if you're a chick, dude, first of all, any girl who has remote looks can fucking make money. Or just do something fucking risque. Even if you're fat, there's fucking guys who like fat. Like, oh yeah, I have a friend that likes fat chicks, but I don't know.
You know what you should do to make money? You should show on camera, shave your mother-in-law's back with like a rake or something.
And then take the pile of hair, and it would be a big pile, by the way, and maybe make knit a fucking sweater out of it.
Exactly, and you'd probably get a lot of hits, man. People would love it. People always want to hear your mother-in-law stories.
Oh my God, she's quite a guy.
Everyone loves hearing your mother-in-law stories. They keep.
I know. My girlfriend and her are kind of fighting right now. So my girlfriend.
John Mancini want to know what is your. John Mancini said, "What is your mother-in-law for Halloween? What was your mother-in-law for Halloween?"
She's herself, which is the fucking abominable snowman, the fucking Yeti, the missing link. She's herself. She can go right there to one of those fucking somebody's door. Ding dong. First of all, she's small like this, so they think she's a fat kid. And you open up the thing, trick or treat. He'll be like, Irving, come here. You got to see this kid's costume. It's the missing link. That's the best costume I've ever seen. And she could just be herself. Ivan, come here. Look at this little Mexican kid.
Anyway, let's see.
She got really big tits, except hers are in the back. You know what I mean? When they wear the bra and the big back tits, the fat on the back. Anyway.
0311 said, how do you guys feel about Martin Fizzwater? I don't think he's the best physique in the sport today. I don't even really know. I have
no idea. I'm sorry.
Or something in the
I'm sorry, my friend. You know what's funny? If God came down and said, Greg, here's $1 million. Stack it up right there. All in fucking hundreds. Nice. Stack of fucking $100 million. Said, all you have to do, here's 3 pictures of 3 bodybuilders. Which one's Martin Fitzwater? I guess I wouldn't get the $1 million unless I got a lucky guess. I go, that one. I have no idea. I've heard the name, but I have no idea who he is or what he looks like. I don't know is he a bodybuilder? Is he physique? Is he classic physique? Is he transgendering? I have no idea.
The Sweet said, Greg, you ever saw any wise guys in your old neighborhood growing up as a kid in the 60s and 70s?
Yeah, I've seen wise guys. I've seen John Gotti Jr. I got introduced to him, but I don't know him. But you don't want to be around that shit.
I don't know if I told you, Greg, who my neighbor was growing up. Later in life, growing up
with somebody. You know who I was in with son.
Yes, I know exactly who you were. But my neighbor was the Iceman, Richard Kuklinski.
Oh, that's right. He did tell me that. Yeah. That guy was. There's a lot of people, though. If you go online, there's a lot of people say he was full of shit. He also took
the Iceman.
He took credit for killing one of those famous mob guys, and they say it was really Gas Pipe that did it. It wasn't him.
Yeah.
Huh?
It was Gas Pipe Castle, and they said he was full of shit. I don't know.
Oh, he's saying he killed Gas Pipe. I thought Gas Pipe Castle killed the guy.
Yes,
it wasn't. He didn't kill Gas Pipe. It was somebody famous. I forgot who it was, but a lot of people say a lot of his shit's bullshit. You know what I mean? I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, he went to jail for murder.
He was a murderer. He definitely was a murderer. But he's saying a lot of shit. All that shit. Like he'd fucking break the guy's legs and fuck him up and leave him in a fucking cave and have like rats eat him and shit like that. Like I don't know if any of that's true, but who knows? All I know is when you're around those guys. I think I already told you this shit. When my friend who was in with the Gotti family and stuff.
Yeah, I know her.
John Gotti Jr. We were in Scores, and he goes, "Come here, I want to introduce you." And I go over there, and they're all just sitting there, a bunch of guys. and they don't smile. They stare at you.
Yep.
And you say hello to them. And at best, you might get this. That's the most you get. And I was like, okay, I'm going to sit back down. You know what I mean? Because I don't want to be around that. Because you could feel it. You ever go in a room? Like, my friend has a fucking cat. This is fucking crazy. He has a cat. And the cat is like an attack cat. It's the most fucked up. You go in his house, right? And you sit down. And you look. And the cat's just sitting there and it's looking at you. And I'm like, dude, that cat is, and that cat's looking at me. And if it was a lion, you'd be fucked. Because that cat fucking dives and tries to rip your fucking face off. It's almost, my friend's wife, it's her cat. She's been put in the hospital like 2 or 3 times because that cat's attacked her. And she still keeps the cat. I told her, dude, if that cat comes at me, I'm gonna go like kick it like a fucking field goal. And my friend's like, do it. Fuck, I hate that cat. Why do you keep a cat like that? I never saw a cat that was like the dogs. Yes, Bob Bonham had a dog. If any of you guys trained as strong and shapely, that dog Molly he had. That fucking thing would bite your foot. I think we were in there with Melly Mel. I was in there with Melly Mel and Lance.
I just took Melly Mel too the other day.
Did you see? Remember the kid he was?
Yes, the kid he was with.
Lance.
Yes, I remember.
My boy Lance. We were there, and the dog just looks at you, and I'm like, that dog is just stop looking at me like this. You try not to look at it, and you look away, and then you go, you're like this, and looking at you, and the fucking thing comes at you. I guess because he got it was a rescue dog, so maybe the guy who owned it used to kick it or something. So the first thing it does, it hates men. It was a girl dog, and it would start fucking attacking your foot. It would start biting your foot, just out of nowhere, and you'd be, what the fuck? And it went after Lance's foot. It was biting it really hard. It bit my foot once. But Lance, it was like fucking trying to rip his leg off. Bob's like, get off him. And he's like right. The fucking dog's like 150 pounds, like a fucking horse, It was a Mastiff or whatever the fuck that thing was.
Yeah, crazy.
It wasn't a pit bull, but it was like one. It was one of them. I think it was a Mastiff. Holy fuck. I'm like, dude, what do you have a dog like that for?
Yeah. Growing up, I was going to tell you, one of my good friends growing up, I played Little League baseball, and his father was in the Gambino family, and he was, big time, whatever. And I was good friends with his son. We played on the same team. Every time, win or lose, and we were, 10, 11 close, 10 or 11 years old. After the game, win or lose, take us out to ice cream, take us to pizza. He treated us all the time. But one time he took us, and he's like, guys, stay here, order whatever you want. Whatever you do, here's some money, whatever you need, whatever. And he goes, I'll be right back. He left us there for like 4 hours.
No.
And and they're like, oh, he'll come. I don't know where he went. When he came back, he's all right, guys, let's go. I'm like, okay.
Because you know why those guys, when you're on call, they answer the call. Doesn't matter. They could be in the middle of fucking their wife. And if they get that call, they got to be like, hold that thought. Stay with your legs spread. I'll be back. You know what I mean?
He picked us up and he's like, give us like $20 just not the kids, they treated us really good as kids, man. Really good.
I was partners with one of their sons.
I know who you were partners with. Yeah. I know
that guy's super duper legend. I mean,
Donnie Brasco. That's what I'm gonna say.
When you want to get into it.
Yeah.
But anyway.
Horror House Video says Gregg only realized Victor Conti died at the end of After Hours. LOL.
The Victor Conti, sorry, he was good. He, we were talking about that because he worked for MD. So did what's his name? Jesus Christ.
Who? Victor Conti? What are you talking about?
And Jesus.
Stephen Blackman.
No.
Who are you talking about? Steve Blackman. Dave Plummer.
No. My God, come on, Greg, spit it out. Fucking, he used to give we friends with him. Fuck, I can't believe anyway. So Victor Conti, I actually hooked him up with the guy that wrote the book with me. So he wrote the book. But I would ask all kinds of questions. You know what I'm saying? Like how did you come up with all this shit? And they would say like one of the things they did was resurrect drugs that were like, that were already like past. Like for instance, if somebody today had a lab and they came out with like Quaaludes, they don't make Quaaludes anymore. You know what I'm saying? So, Patrick Arnold, Jesus Christ. I'm so sorry. Patrick, if you want, I'm sorry. You know what I mean? Patrick Arnold's actually a great guy. I really like him a lot, but he is a liberal. And, but he was a genius. Patrick Arnold was a fucking genius. But he would make up the stuff and then Conti would get it for the guys. But the thing is, they would resurrect drugs, and Belasterone was one of them.
What else? I got a question here. It says John Mancini said his mother-in-law probably gave out green cards like candy on Halloween.
Well, they gave out green cards to her, dude.
No, yeah, they did, right? They gave her a bunch of green cards.
That was the craziest fucking thing I've ever seen. I told you, like 3 weeks before the election, there she is, holding up a paper, showing my girlfriend like this, like that. It looks like, like somebody, like no smile, just like this, holding the fucking thing. And Lucia's like, "What's that?" And she's like, "I got my citizenship." And she goes, "How the fuck did you get your citizenship?" You know what I mean? Like, you never went to no class.
The test.
They just gave them out. Like, you're gonna vote. Who's here? Who's gonna vote? And at the job, I ain't got to vote. I vote. You're gonna vote Democrat? Joe Biden. Okay, here you go. Here's your green card. Go vote. So I swear to God, that's the truth. I don't care what anybody says. I know this woman is the same woman who's been thrown out of this country a few times.
Yeah, exactly. Sickos. William Allen said sickos will buy your mother-in-law's back hair.
They probably would. You'd make a nice wig. I should get it and maybe put it up here if you can transplant it.
Yep, that's exactly right. Where you say he said I needed a good laugh tonight. So good, Dan said.
Thank you.
And what I said, Holly said somehow I knew Gregg was going to say she was herself for Halloween.
Well, it's the truth.
Mm-hmm.
All she has to do is go to another person's house because she's fucking short. What's she like 4'11", 4'10"? She's tiny. She's short and like fucking big like this. Like you see the little fat Mexican girls, they're like fucking fat. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And they're fat and they got skinny legs like fucking SpongeBob.
Yep. Horror House Videos said Junior Gotti cooperated.
Who?
Yes, Junior Gotti. He cooperated. Well, he sat down and he proffered with the feds.
Whatever.
Yep.
I don't know.
I
don't know if he really cooperated. They wanted him fucking 100 times. They fucking they screwed that guy to the wall a lot, and he didn't fucking do anything. So I don't know. I don't give a shit. They all do. The biggest guy, Sammy the Bull, used to be like, if you're a fucking rat, I'll fucking kill a rat. And what was he? The biggest rat. Greg Scarpa, the fucking angel of death, right? The Grim Reaper. Everybody feared him. He would fucking, if you looked at him crooked, he'd shoot you right in the fucking head. He didn't give a shit, even if you were his friend. And he was a fucking rat. You understand? Whitey Bulger, they killed him in jail. Why? Because he was a rat. They're all rat. They're all rat. They're all full of shit. There's only one person who didn't rat, for a fact. John Gotti. Yeah. He's a rat on it. He's up at the top. You know what I mean? But I'm just saying, those guys, they're all full of shit.
Joey Merlino says he didn't rat. So, I don't know. Joey Merlino.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know his story though. That's the whole thing, But I'm just saying.
I've heard that, but who knows? Nano Narratives said, Greg, what do you think is wrong with bodybuilding today?
Everything. Listen, I talk to a lot of past pros. Okay, a lot. There's some I'm good friends with. And they all say the same thing. It's not the same. Dorian Yates now has been, if you watch, there's little shorts everywhere. And Dorian Yates is like, bodybuilders today couldn't fucking even place with us guys. We were in shape. These guys aren't in shape. He goes, the guy who looks like Mr. Olympia, he goes, everybody talks about, his exact words, go Google it on YouTube. His exact words were, if everybody talks about this, saying, Dorian, you were the first mass monster. And he said, shit, I could have been, if I wanted to look like these guys today, I look like that 6 to 8 weeks out. He goes, I could have went in there looking like these guys today, 6 to 8 weeks out. So he was saying these guys today, there's no way. He goes, none of them would even place. That's what Dorian Yates has been saying. And I agree with him. The bodies today are ugly. Everybody's got these fucking thighs. I mean, I'm just saying, like, it's impossible. They don't have, like, everything is built to the fucking nth degree. And it's not normal. It's not, and there's no signature physiques anymore. You know what I mean?
Yep, 100%. You got to be a freak says, hey, Joe, do you watch any of these deathmatch wrestlings like CZW or FMM? Yes, I watch them actually sometimes.
What's it, deathmatch wrestling, Joe?
Yeah, it's deathmatch wrestling. And then I'm friends with Nick Gage, who had a Dark Side of the Ring episode. He's the king of the death matches. I interviewed him on my podcast. Nice guy. He's actually in rehab now. He was struggling with painkillers and a lot of other stuff. So he's in, but because one death match he actually died. They had to bring him back to life. They flew him.
But it's wrestling, right?
It's wrestling. But what happened was he took a one of those, those fluorescent lights, those long fluorescent lights. The ropes were all fluorescent lights, and he went through it, and one went right through his vein, And like, I mean, literally, he bleeding like gusher. They had to stop the match, and he fainted, and he went back and forth, and they had a helicopter him out of the place.
See, I don't really watch that. But you know what's funny? Every once in a while, shit pops up on my YouTube. Do you ever watch the street fight shit that they have to, like, it's overseas, like they're all like Russian and shit, like, and they fight in some like abandoned arena, and they fucking poke each other's eyes out. They fucking, I mean, that's like a really sick shit. Those guys are fucking like crazy. You know what I mean?
Yep.
It's not normal.
John Mancini said, John Mancini, great interview with the Terrifier producer. Yeah, the producer of the Terrifier.
What's the Terrifier? Is that Russell Joe?
It's a scary movie. It's a movie.
Oh.
They Terrifier 2, 3, 4. They're doing a part 4. It's in the movies and stuff.
Okay.
And the producer of that show lives in Jersey. And his name is Phil Falcone. And so he's a big name actually in Hollywood. He's got some big things coming up. And he actually came on the show. We met, we talked, he interviewed. Great guy. Mm-hmm. And like what he said to me, like a lot of these guys, you know, they get big money sometimes to be on podcasts. He said he doesn't take any money. Anytime he goes to these shows, these conventions, any money that they want for his autograph, he gives it right to the veterans. Or
so you're talking about kind of like
the Comic Cons and all those stuff.
Like Gene Simmons, like he does the same thing.
Gene Simmons, the nuts of this. That guy's I was.
That's a little inside thing with me and Joe.
Yeah, Gene Simmons. Yeah, you might like his music, but you know what?
He wouldn't throw a penny to fucking to a veteran.
Yeah. Try and get his autograph in a picture. You might have I hope you have your bank account.
You have to sign over your house. Here's the deed to my house.
Yeah. What did Bruno Valentino said? Skinny Joe was half a rat. I guess he was half a rat.
Who's Skinny Joe?
I don't know. Joe Merlino, probably.
Oh, Joe Merlino. Okay.
Yeah.
Is that what they call him, Skinny Joe?
Yeah, Skinny Joey Merlino. Yeah.
He's never ratted. He
gets his due. Yeah, Michael Francis never ratted either. They said, you know, he did a pretty good job with that. Bruno Valentino said, "R.I.P. Dino Bravo, the French Connect." Yes, Dino Bravo.
That was a wrestler, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he was. Nano Narratives. You guys would love Power Slap. You heard of it? Yes, Power Slap.
Yeah,
yes.
yeah, that slap fight shit. Yeah, that shit's crazy.
Yeah.
George, you know what the problem is, though? You know what the problem is, Joe? Honestly, I'm watching. You know, a few of those things popped up, and I see the chicks doing it, and then I'm like, wait a minute, something's not right, because the girls would cry when and sure enough, it's all fucking AI, and that's the problem. Right now, I see lions jumping in like safari fucking shit, and I'm like, now this AI is like infiltrated everything. So you're watching all these videos, you don't know what to fucking believe and what's real. You know what I'm saying?
100%. Yep. John Mancini says, I can't wait for part 4. Yes, they're working on it now. They're writing a script. You Got to Be a Freak says, yes, sir. CZ back in the day was insane. Yes, it was. It was crazy, man, that wrestling back then. What is it? William Allen said, you see the Ed Gein movie? Did you see the
Ed Gein? Yeah, I've seen it. I didn't see the movie. I've seen documentaries. That guy was, they're saying that basically he was the guy that Chainsaw Massacre and shit was from, I think, right? Wasn't he?
He was, basically he was the whole thing.
Yeah, like the inspiration.
Yeah. Is Gene Simmons like Lou Ferrigno?
Yes.
Because
didn't your son try to get something from Lou Ferrigno and he wanted
100%? And we already bought a book.
I bought a book. That's
already.
Right.
We bought a book from him.
How much was the book?
Autographed the book. The book was like $40. $40
for a book.
And he got it. So then I said, can I said my son, he bought the book, everything, wanted to meet Lou Ferrigno, signed it for him. Then I said, okay, can my son get a picture? Extra $20 for the picture. My son just bought a book. Okay.
$40 for a book. And Joe wasn't talking about, can he get a, he didn't have a sign. You were talking about a photograph with Lou, right?
Yeah, a photograph with Lou. Can I have a picture with Lou?
Yeah, he's not talking about a signed photograph that was like there that he was selling. He's talking about like, can my son get a picture taken with you? He said, no, he just bought a $40 book.
He said, no, $20. And I was like, we just bought a book. And he's like, well, that's, I need to know $20 for a picture. And it was my 10-year-old son. And I'm like, look, come on, man.
Dude,
I said, you know what? Asshole.
As you guys know, I did the article on that shit with him from Muscular Development, right? Because his brother Andy and I were friends and his father Matt. And when Matty died and all that shit, I did that article. Bro, let me tell you something. I got a sack of mail with fucking videos of him acting up and shit to people and all kinds of shit. He's just done it to a lot of people. There's so many people out there that are not happy with him.
Yeah, Zigzag Rambo says, Gregg was talking about King of the Streets YouTube fighting.
Yes, that's it. Thank you, Zigzag. You ever see that shit? That one dude, that fucking German dude, he beats the shit out of that guy. The guy gets up and says, "I want to go again." German dude's like trying to shake his hand. He says, "Okay, let's go again." And then he fucking gets him. He beats him again, knocks his fucking teeth out. The guy had to put his whole the teeth put his teeth right back up, and he fucked him up.
Yep. Nano Navs says, Joe, have you heard of the UFC betting controversy? Yes, FBI is getting involved in that too.
Wait a minute, what? The UFC now?
UFC now. You heard about the basketball scandal? Now UFC. Yes, there's about 100 fights they're investigating.
No, Joe, are you serious? Throwing UFC fights?
Yes, it's
yes. Do you know any of them? Do you know any of them? Like any big ones? And you like you know?
I'll tell you off the air what's going on.
Oh fuck, man!
Because George knows. You know, I'll tell you off the air. We'll talk about that because there's some stuff going on.
Shit.
Yep.
Fucked up.
Yep. Hey, if you're betting with some, you know, you're betting in a lot of money on someone, saying he's going to get knocked down in this round, that one, and they say, hey, take a fall, I'll give you this much money. Happens all the time.
Yeah, I mean, but today, you know what it is? That in whatever they call it, that in fucking game betting, where like I bet you he throws a strike. No, he's going to throw a ball. You know what I mean? Like they're saying that shit makes things even worse. You know what I mean? Because if they're in on it, they can actually throw the ball, make it a ball purposely. You understand what I'm saying? And you just win money. It's like fucking crazy like that.
Yeah, it's crazy, man. You can win some big time money, you know, and you split it and do something like that. They were showing this one basketball player who, like, the over under of him scoring like 25 points was he took the over, a bunch of it, but he bet on something. So his friend bet on the under. He had like 20 points at halftime. So all he had to do was get, you know, 2 baskets or whatever. The rest of the game, he was like walking slow, throwing. You could tell he was throwing the ball, making errors, like, you know, passing errors. You knew something was wrong, you know, and then he's like limping and all. Let me take.
Yeah, is that the one that? Is that the one that took himself out of the game? Saying he was
hurt? Took himself out of the game because he was hurt.
You don't care about your own legacy, you fucking fool.
Yeah,
I would never. Fuck that.
Yeah,
the money's not worth it. You know, and then if you get caught, you're gonna go to jail.
Yeah, exactly. All right, guys, we're about an hour in.
Hey, Joe, I feel like we're talking 15 minutes.
I know we're talking 15 minutes. I know, but you know, I got some things
to
do.
Shit.
Guys, thank you so much. Mike James, Nano Narratives, Luciano, John Mantini, Dan, all you guys, Skip, Holly Holmes, thank you so much coming in. Bruno Valentino, thank you. All you guys, we love you guys. You got to be a friend.
Thank you guys.
Mike M, we appreciate you guys. Greg, I will talk to you in a little bit, my friend.
All right, Joseph.
You got it, brother.
Love you guys. Stop fucking around.
You guys.
All right.
Thank you, bro.
Started from nothing. Jersey streets, we owned it. Jay-Z pumping iron. Bodybuilder coding. Years on the course.